again, everybody, and welcome inside Birmingham Seaholm High School, home of the Maples, as they get set to take on the Groves Falcons boys varsity basketball. I'm Brad Fetters for BACB Sports, joined by my broadcast partner, Andy Aubrey, getting you set. Let's quickly meet tonight's starters. First for the visitors from Groves. Number 0, Elijah Yelder. Number 1, Max Kramer. Number 4, Jack Abbott. Number 33, John Simpson. And number 42, Josh Gibson. For Seaholm, Corey Gray, Nicholas Kelly, Jeffrey Sheldon, Frederick Sparby, and Finlay Sparby getting the start. And Andy, Groves off to a good start to the season, 5-2 on the year. Seaholm just 1-4.
Yeah, Groves has started off really nicely, and but they're going to have their hands full tonight. This is a loud gym, and they are in enemy territory.
Offensive rebound controlled by the Falcons. They dump it down inside. First basket of the night belongs to Max Kramer. Gives the Falcons the early 2-0 lead. Seaholm in their home white jerseys. Groves clad in black with yellow numerals. You mentioned it is a packed house here tonight. Everyone in attendance. Birmingham and all nearby cities. Good crowd tonight for both squads. Good showing by the student sections as well.
Oh, that student section exploded after that national anthem, and the energy is high here on a Friday night in Birmingham.
Elijah Yelder over to Abbott. Abbott barks out the play call, works his way around to a little bit of a screen. Simpson now defers to Yelder. Yelder back up top. Going the other way, Sheldon slams on the brakes and now has the ball stripped out of his hands. He was looking for a foul call. He's not going to get it.
Breakaway was in effect there, but some nice defensive makeup speed. Force that ball out of bounds, and Seaholm will inbound.
So the Maples will trigger from underneath the basket. Pass comes into the corner. 3 on its way, no good, but a foul in the act of shooting. It's going to send Frederick Sparby to the line for 3.
3 free ones there. You don't want to do that, especially early. You don't want to get in any kind of foul trouble. It's every bit of fundamental basketball is going to be needed to pull this one out. You know, Brad, I like to look at these teams when they first take the floor, and, you know, we've got the stats here. It really looks to me like Groves has quite a height advantage right off the get.
First is no good. 2 more coming up here for Frederick Sparby. No place for a nervous person tonight. It's awfully hard to hear.
Well, I was just going to say that. I had Marks over there coaching his tail off already. We're about a minute and a half, not even in. And I don't know how in the world those players can hear him. I mean, it is as loud as we've ever heard in this gym.
So just 1 of 3 there at the line for Sparby. First points of the night for the Maples. 2-1 Falcons out in front. Jack Abbott slowly brings the basketball up the floor. Bounce pass over to Yelder at the wing. Bounce pass into the corner. Trying to drive. Gets cut off. And we're going to have a reach-in foul coming up called against the Maples.
Nick Kelly, his first, team first.
Going to get the captain, Nick Kelly, for the foul. His first, team first. 6:28 left to go, first quarter of play. Pass comes out to the perimeter. Euro steps through the lane, no good. Couple Falcon players down. Numbers now for the Maples going the other way. Bounce pass inside, kick it to the outside. 3 on its way, no good. Offensive rebound ripped down there by Diskin. Diskin has it, tries to drive baseline. Floats a pass to the outside. Another triple try on its way is good. Jeffrey Sheldon for 3.
Well, they got a couple good looks on that. They hit on their second one for the big 3 to take that 4-2 lead.
Yelder over to the right wing. Bounce pass there for Abbott right in front of the Maple bench. Abbott tries to drive, draws a double team. Needs to pass out of it. Finds a teammate who got cut off along the baseline. Absorbed contact, draws the foul. That was John Simpson. And now we're going to have our first sub of the game. And it'll be the Seaholm Maples.
Seaholm foul.
James Chinonis into the game.
Ricky Sparby hits first, team second. Checking in is James Chinonis.
Yeah, Simpson took a blow there, the sophomore, the 6'4" sophomore, and another foul for the Maples.
Gibson, he too draws a double team. 3 on its way, long. Offensive rebound by Simpson. Fouled in the act of shooting. He'll shoot 2 from the charity line.
Simpson active early in this one. He hit the deck. He's taken a little bit of abuse here so far, Brad, but finds himself at the line for a couple freebies.
And that height advantage for the Falcons showing through here in the early goings of this basketball game as they have really controlled the glass. Simpson, only a sophomore, able to get the first to roll down.
Checking in for the base, Gavin Simpson.
So Coach Mike DeGeter, very liberal in his substitutions here in the early going.
Well, he knows it's going to be a grueling game, and he's going to keep his legs fresh on his side.
It's a split at the line there for Simpson. Maples work it up the floor. Diskin drives in all by himself, can't finish. Kramer comes down with the rebound, up ahead to Abbott. Abbott thought about the 3, instead will wait for some trailing teammates. Finds it in the form of Yelder, who directs traffic. Surveys the scene. Goes over to the left wing, trying to drive Simpson. Kicks it to the outside instead. That 3-pointer long. Diskin comes down with a defensive rebound, but had it taken out of his hands. Saved. A little wraparound pocket pass. Couple players come together. Lots of energy right now in this gym. 18-footer's good. Elijah Yelder.
Well, they're letting him play a little bit down there, Brad. We'll see how that impacts his game as far as the rough play, but that particular exchange could have called a couple fouls there, and I kind of like to see it. I like to see him let him go a bit. We'll find out how that plays out later.
Frederick Sparby dumps it down inside, swatted away by John Simpson, collected by Kramer. Outlet pass up ahead. Gibson drives, kicks it back outside to Kramer. He traveled, took too many steps, shuffled the feet, turnover by the Falcons. Possession to the Maples.
Yeah, a couple hundred referees in the crowd made the motion. That was indeed a travel.
Number 2, Paige Williams.
Abe Miller into the game now for the Maples. Wears that protective mask a la Rip Hamilton.
And Bill Lambier.
See if he's got the same skills as Rip Hamilton.
We'll find out.
Paige Williams, a senior, wears number 2 in black for the Falcons. Freshly into the game for Groves. Had a tough time securing the basketball, Chionis. Back up to Sparby. Holds the ball at his hip. Refers back to Miller now. Holds the ball high above his head. Decides to go to the left wing side. Bad pass. Gets cut off there by the Falcons. Gibson up ahead. Look out. And they're going to say, nope. I thought they were originally going to say clean block, but they're going to say contact instead.
Yeah, got a lot of body there, you'd have to say.
A little bit of a late whistle there.
A little bit.
Valenciano, number 2, Ben Diskin, his first team.
Yeah, will send Simpson back to the line. Split the pair to the last trip.
At the line, number 33.
Yeah, Simpson's making things happen. He's been a factor out here early on in this game.
Misses short.
I want to see him get his legs involved in those free throws.
A little stiff right now.
Yeah, well, there might be some nerves. There might be a little bit of just getting loose still happening.
Well, he's also got the Seaholm mascot.
Yeah, but he's coming up short. He's got to get those legs involved.
Gavin Simpson into the game as well now for the Maples. Simpson has it. And threw it to a spot, and he threw it to a defender up ahead. And saved there momentarily by the Falcons. And the Maples now will have to work their way up the floor. Got to get it over the timeline. They do just that. Abe Miller looks back at his head coach, gets some instructions. Good hard pick, set. Picking up the dribble, floats a pass over to Chinonis. And we got an offensive foul away from the basketball.
Offensive foul.
Yeah, that one was on Freddie Sparby. He knew it. He pointed to himself and nodded to the ref. So that was an offensive foul. They can't afford too many of those. This one's going to be tightly contested, Brad. You can tell.
So that's Frederick Sparby's second personal, so he will sit down. Abe Miller sits down as well. Jonas will get a breather. So it's Kelly, Sheldon, Sparby, Finley Sparby on the floor right now.
Sparby's all over the place.
There are plenty of them. Benjamin Diskin, one of the 5 on the floor as well for the Maples. Working the way around a screen. This Maple defense has really been able to shut down, especially with the double teams. But it's Paige Williams with the backdoor cut.
Yeah, nice passing there. Beautiful find on the pass, backdoor, and the conversion.
Williams becomes the 4th Falcon to score in this basketball game. Mayelder, Kramer, and Williams all with 2 points. John Simpson with 1. It's 7-4 rather, Falcons in front. A little handoff to Nick Kelly, the captain. Back up top to Diskin, a little give and go. 3 on its way, no good. Off the side iron. Jack Abbott up ahead to Tushman. Tushman fires from downtown. Timeout. Mike DeGeeter wants to stop the momentum. 10-4, Falcons in front. Minute 40 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Mark West team's got it cranked up now. They're running the floor very well, and they've just hit a nice 3. The exchange before that involved that beautiful backdoor cut, and they enjoy that 10-4 lead early here. As you mentioned, Coach DeGeeter wants to talk it over and see if he can stop the bleeding a little bit.
And it's got to be nice for Mark West to see one of those triple tries fall down. He mentioned to us prior to the start of tonight's ball game, they started 1 for 17 from distance against Grosse Pointe South in that 57-41 loss right before the Christmas holiday break. And much better start here on the road once again for the Falcons.
Yeah, exactly, Brad. And like he said, he was not upset with the shot selection. They had good looks on those threes. They just couldn't get any of them to fall in that game.
This is a Falcon team right now at the very top of the OAA white standings and getting it done on the defensive end that time. Up ahead quickly. Tushman. Back to Abbott, into Tushman again, 3 on its way, got fouled in the act of shooting. He's got 3 freebies coming up.
Well, it's not all the time you see 2 3-point fouls.
They had insult to injury, that's the 6th team foul, so
yeah, they're piling up.
Free throws the rest of this half, and we still have a minute 16 remaining in the first. And right now, the free throw shooting not good.
No, this score could look a lot more lopsided had they made a few of these. 2 more to come in, though.
Falcons are a combined 1 for 5 right now from the line. They get 2 of 6. Coach DeGeeter really mixing and matching right now. Emerson, Sean Emerson, and Frederick Sparby into the game. Frederick Sparby back in with those 2 personal fouls. So DeGeeter deciding he had to turn to Sparby, and Tushman 1 for 3 at the line. Big break there for the Maples.
And Sparby's one of their spark plugs, so they need him. They have to get a little more discipline out of him the rest of this half at least, so that he's able to stay in the game.
Nice to see Mark West, the head coach of the Groves Falcons, man back in charge now as head coach. Was with the Falcons from 2014 to 2018, went over to Henry Ford Community College, was an assistant coach there. Legendary head coach Benny White took over for Mark West, and now West back in as the lead man. Three on its way, no good. And a tough shooting start so far for Seaholm.
Yeah, they can't find one right now.
Interception there going the other way. Sean Emerson draws contact. Oh boy, springs up to his feet quickly. Hard foul.
Sparby's the Crash Mengelt of the Seaholm Maples going back. If anybody out there remembers Crash.
We saw a very physical freshman game.
Yeah.
The JV game was also very physical.
Well,
these two teams don't seem to like one another too much.
Something about a rivalry. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's there's an intensity out here that seems to get amped up when these two schools meet, as we know.
Shooting is contagious. Neither team right now seeing a lot of balls go through the hoop. As the Maples are now 1 for 4 from the line. Emerson gives it basketball, a couple quick bounces, goes up with it and misses. Another empty trip down the floor for Seaholm. There's snake bit right now. And a good dump off. Terrific pass inside to Simpson. He's got 3. 13-4, the Falcon lead.
And that's worked a couple times so far for Groves.
Plenty of time here for the Maples. We'll see if they hold for one final shot. Sparby, hands off to Frederick Sparby. Now they're going to have to hurry. Under 5 seconds. Oh, boy, they don't know. They're directing traffic, and the buzzer's going to sound. Boy, oh, boy. That's not what you like to see on your home floor. Little miscommunication, and that will do it. 1 quarter in the books. Falcons in front, 13-4. We'll take a quick break here on BACB Sports. When we come back, it'll be the start of the 2nd quarter. Don't go anywhere.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back inside the gymnasium here at beautiful Birmingham Seaholm High School. Brad Fetters alongside Andy Aubrey for BACB Sports. Seaholm Maples will have the opening possession here of the 2nd quarter. And Andy, it's been a struggle offensively for the Maples.
Seaholm has had a tough time hitting shots, Brad. Even at the free throw line, things have been tough. You know, you got to get those freebies if your field goals aren't falling. So we'll see if they can pick it up here in the 2nd quarter.
Some tenacious defense being applied by both teams, especially Groves, as they held Seaholm to just 4 points in that 1st quarter. Help the cause. Abe Miller knocks down the tray.
Yeah, maybe that one by Abe Miller will do the job for Seaholm to get them kind of revved up a little bit.
These are two very similar defenses. Both teams giving up just 49 points per game on the season. Really the difference has been the offense, as there's another 3 hoisting up, unable to hit, banging down low and getting it to fall. Elijah Yelder, and now a technical foul called on Yelder. Well, I didn't really see anything. I don't know if something perhaps was said. I don't know if it was just simply a step over by Yelder.
Groves for 0, Elijah Yelder.
Yeah, they got Yelder for something. It's still really difficult to tell. It looked like just a typical exchange. We've seen, a lot of rough play early here, but nothing that jumped out at us as to why.
So Frederick Sparby will shoot the 2 technical foul free throws. He is now a 1 for 4 from the line. The team is 1 for 6.
Well, he's consistent. He missed them both right.
Checking back in for the Mapes, number 2, Van Diskin.
Some more mixing and matching by DeGeter as Benjamin Diskin checks in. Jacob Drouillard. Junior wears 15 in white for the Mapes. Dump down low, dangerous pass, and quickly swarmed, and a steal there by the Falcons. Up ahead, catching, driving baseline, floating, out of bounds, off the Falcon. That was Paige Williams. He thought he absorbed contact, no call.
Well, I did too, but they're letting him go. I mean, they still have been inconsistent about that. These referees are pretty much letting him fly still.
How about both student sections tonight? The Flock.
Yeah, the Flock and the Forest are hugely represented.
And referee will say he'll stay with the Maples. Forest, mainly wearing white, all white. The Flock clad in all black, so contrasting colors. They got the memo ahead of time. They knew what jerseys both teams were going to wear tonight.
Yeah, they figured it out early. That was a good thing.
Sean Emerson driving, little scoop shot, no good. Long rebound controlled by the Falcons. Gathered by Simpson. Over to Jack Abbott. So we mentioned this Groves offense, 58 points per game. Maples struggling to a clip at just 41 points per game. A little step through contract drawn by Kramer. He will go to the line to shoot two. So that will now be Finley Sparby's second. So both Sparbys have two personals. 17 fouls now on the Maples. Wholesale changes for the Maples. Nick Kelly, Gavin Simpson into the game. Two misses. Offensive rebound by Simpson. Josh Gibson works his way around the screen, pulls up at the free throw line, goes back up top now for John Simpson. Drives, floats, off the glass and down. He's got 5 to lead all scorers.
And it seems he's playing bigger than that. It seems to me, at least, like his presence has been felt greater than a 5-point night this point at this stage of the game.
Nick Kelly being harassed by Jack Abbott. Cross-court pass to Diskin. Little miscommunication. Two Maples in the same spot. Diskin with a little fancy behind-the-back dribble. Now fires a pass on the inside, gets it right back. Diskin waiting to set up shop. A little motion now by the Maples. Diskin really far away from the basket. Decides to kick it into the corner. A little ball fake. And now has his pocket picked. Josh Gibson up ahead, hangs, can't hit, but will shoot two.
Well, the story of this game so far, at least offensively for Seaholm, is they can't get anything down low at all. Groves is doing a nice job of shutting them down, closing off those passing lanes, and the only thing that's been available to Seaholm have been the three-pointer. They haven't made many of them. They've had a couple fall, but let's credit Groves' defense, I guess, so far on those inabilities to get anything open and any clear looks.
Tremendous interior defense, cutting off all those sort of backdoor cuts that the Maples want to engage in. That's just sticking to your scouting plan, and Gibson able to knock down both. He becomes the 6th Falcon to score. And maybe more of that out of the Maples, right? A little more transition basketball.
Right.
And wide open three, no good, off the front iron. Good defensive rebound there by Diskin. Quickly up to the front court. Diskin going to take it all the way inside. He got swatted by Paige Williams. Well, they're going to say a foul on on the play. 19-7 our lead right now for the Falcons. 4:10 left to go, first half of play.
And the flock did not care for that call.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Can't say enough about tonight's crowd. I know it's a Friday night, but we have been in this gym a couple times recently where the crowds haven't been this large. So credit to both fan sections.
Yeah, absolutely. They're amped up.
It's rivalry night across Michigan. I believe De La Salle's playing Brother Rice tonight, if I'm not mistaken. The big matchup in Macomb tonight, Chippewa Valley and Dakota, two MAC red foes that don't like one another.
Yeah, that's a Grove Seaholm kind of thing over there, right?
Absolutely. Picking up the dribble, holding the ball high above his head. Abe Miller gets the ball right back. Had to go down to scoop that one up. Kind of looked like a shortstop. And there's one of those backdoor and a good unselfish play to hand that one off.
Yeah, they want to hang on to that play, keep that one in their back pocket and try it again.
A little out of control. Josh Gibson not going to get that call. And the Maples come away with the steal. 3 straight points, trying to work themselves back into this game. Abe Miller catches, works his way around the screen, drives baseline, goes up with the ball fake, in and out. Tough luck miss for Miller. Falcons out in transition quickly. Thought about the 3. Bounce pass. Now back outside to Paige Williams. Cross court pass. 3 on its way, in and out. And it'll stay with Seaholm.
Back in for the bank.
Brody Tushman checking in, where he places Jack Abbott. Abbott, the facilitator for this Groves team. Abe Miller slowly walks the ball up the floor, makes his way over the timeline. Oh, a little hesitation dribble. Chionis inside, back out. Chionis able to gather. Had his defender up in the air, launches, misses short. Offensive rebound for the Maples. Little short arm shot, tapped around, and battled for and controlled now by the Falcons.
Well, I'm sure Coach DeGeeter's a little dismayed at the shooting percentage at this point for his squad.
Tushman got cut off, bodied, fouled, sent to the floor, and he will shoot a 1-and-1.
It seems like the passes are just a little quicker on the Grove side up to this point. Seaholm's moving the ball well, but there's that split-second delay occasionally, and it's really cost them because it's given the defenders a chance to come up on them and, a contest. So maybe that's something Coach DeGeeter's going to talk to the fellas about at halftime. We'll see.
Front half of the 1-and-1, no good. Well, if the Maples are able to go into the halftime break down just single digits, you'd have to figure that would be quite the victory here for this first half at the way it started.
Yeah, I agree, Brad. That's a worthy goal at this stage, considering how Groves has primarily carried the play.
And we're going to get a charging call there against Paige Williams.
Number 2, Paige Williams.
It's his second.
Back in for the Falcons. That is their Elijah Yelder.
Ooh, telegraph that pass. Little 3-on-2 out in transition. Tushman hesitated just long enough to get cut off. Driving it into trouble, now kicking it out. 3 short. So things have kind of dried up here offensively all of a sudden for the Falcons as well. And now a foul in the backcourt.
Well, if there's anything that bugs me about watching the high school games, and this goes for the ladies and the guys, is that they don't come to the pass. There's a lot of passes that get stolen. And it's funny how when I call these games, I get these flashbacks to all this basketball coaching I've had in my past where they teach you, come help the ball handler out. Come towards the ball a little bit. You see a little bit too lazy a pass occasionally, and these are the source of these steals. And it's certainly an epidemic. It happens all over the place. So they're learning. They're young. I get it.
I'll tell you what else is an epidemic right now.
Bad
Missed free throw shooting.
Yeah, right. Yeah, neither side is immune at this point, apparently.
Maples are 2 for 10 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's not.
That's 20%.
You did that in your head. I'm impressed. Grand Valley State, you got every bit of your money's worth over there.
And 1 for Nick Kelly.
Well, you said it, Brad. They're creeping back into this thing, and Groves has been stuck on 19 for a long time at this stage.
Yeah, it's a 6-0 run right now for Seaholm. Elijah Yelder. Pushman back to Yelder, drives. And I'm going to say the foul occurred on the floor, so it will be a 1-and-1.
Foul number 32, Ryder Lanway.
Well, whereas they were letting him play before, now they're not letting him play. They're calling more fouls, but we'll see how that transpires and how this really plays out as the game goes on, because they're going to get some people in foul trouble here eventually on both sides.
That was the 10th team foul, so it was double bonus, so I apologize. And one referee did motion for 1-and-1, but was corrected, and now I am corrected because that was the 10th team foul on Seaholm.
Right.
And Yelder misses and makes, so lead back up to 7. Under 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Diskin being guarded here by Yelder. Contact occurred, so nope, they're not going to say contact occurred. They're going to say this will be an over and back violation. I thought Yelder might have made contact with that basketball.
Josh Gibson back in for the Groves.
And Coach DeGeeter cannot believe their luck right now, because they were sort of on the way to cutting this thing even further back before halftime, and now a turnover. So we'll see if Groves can maybe hold for the last shot, or at least get this thing back up towards double digits.
Well, step back threes blocked, getting it right back. Doesn't have to hurry, but he does anyway. Tushman, student section might have got to him with their fake chant.
Yeah, I think they did. They had him counting down to 3-2-1 with about 13 seconds left on the clock, but Groves was able to get that rebound and put another 3 in, and they have, in fact, put it back up to double digits here at the half.
So the Maples got the lead down to 6, but 4 straight Falcon points have put them in front as we head to the halftime break with the Groves Falcons in front of the Seaholm Maples. Our score 23-13. We'll take a quick break here on BACB Sports, but when we come back, it'll be the start of the second half of play.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
It'll be Falcon basketball to start the second half of play. Groves in front 23-13. So glad you decided to keep us tuned in here on BACB Sports. Brad Fetters alongside my broadcast partner Andy Aubrey. See what sort of halftime adjustments both teams have made.
Yeah, I would suppose one of the lessons taught was, let's make some free throws, guys. And that goes for both sides.
Jeffrey Sheldon with the takeaway there for the Maples. Nick Kelly kind of spearheaded a little bit of a charge late in that first half. This would go a long way as that three short. Controlled and corralled there by John Simpson. Josh Gibson now into the front court, pulls up, spins. Yelder three, no good. Long rebound, up ahead, look out. Frederick Sparby lays it up, lays it in.
Well, good start for Seaholm here. First on the board he's in the third quarter, so they've got a ways to go yet to tie this one, to cut it to 8.
Yeah, that's what the Maples need a little bit more of. A little more transition, some defense leading to offense. And now we'll have another Falcon turnovers. They'll say they stepped on the baseline.
Well, it's a game of runs, and momentum's a thing. So let's see if Seaholm can turn these good early fortunes into some points.
Sparby inside, going up strong, no good. Oh boy.
Yeah, you got to make that shot, Brad.
Finley Sparby couldn't connect. Whoa, nearly had a double dribble.
Yeah, they are going to call it.
Yeah, we will get a double dribble call.
They will call that, yep. I was surprised he didn't call that a little quicker. You know, I might throw a striped shirt on and get out there.
Yeah.
These guys may need some help.
Ball kind of got caught up on Jack Abbott's hip there. I think that referee on this near side heard me, and that's why he called it?
Probably. You need to be a little more vocal. They obviously need the help.
A little skip pass, 15-footer long. And a foul call against Max Kramer. He's going to plead his case, not going to win that argument, however.
Not once, ever. But I'll tell you what, Seaholm definitely getting some breaks early here. They really need to capitalize because you just know Groves is not going to lay down and go away. They're going to be tough to deal with the rest of this game, obviously.
Diskin holds ball high above his head. Being guarded there by Yelder. Tenacious defense. Another three on the way, in and out. There is a big-time lid on these rims right now.
Well, a couple of these last shots for Seaholm have been halfway down, like that one, and then pop back out.
Yelder, little crossover. Yo-yo's the basketball. Now spins in a pass to Kramer. And foul on the floor.
Foul. Nick Kelly, his second, team first.
Going to get it on Nick Kelly, who's going to have to check out. It's Kelly's second personal foul of the basketball game. And now really the fouls are really starting to pile up for the Maples as multiple players in this lineup have 2 fouls each.
We got a lot of basketball left to play. They better be careful.
Falcons rip it around the perimeter. Now dump it down low. Back into the corner. Corner pocket three off the side of the backboard. And now hoisting once again from distance. This Falcon team not afraid to shoot from distance.
I was going to say, I can't believe Mark wanted that. That was about a 28-footer there.
Jack Abbott through a couple defenders, draws contact, and will shoot 2.
if you got the look, take the shot. I'm okay with that. But sometimes, you watch an NBA game, these guys are jacking up 25, 30 footers with 16 seconds left on the shot clock. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'll plead all day. That's, showing my age. But to me, that's not a brand of basketball I need to watch, especially if that shot, it's that 30-footer they're pumping up goes, wide or off the side of the rim, or it's just a bad shot. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, let me ask you: is there a solution to the amount of threes that get checked? Do we need to move the three-point line back?
No, we need to find better looks. Now, on the other side of that argument, sometimes it drives me crazy when there's just passing. It's like, shoot the ball already. You pass up 3 or 4 good looks for what? I don't know, for the perfect shot, I guess. But there's a fine line there. Please, somebody help me find it. But basically, there's no right or wrong. I think wrong is an uneven 25-footer, when there's other options.
Falcons have definitely slowed this game down.
They have. They've only got 25 points. They were on 19 forever at the end of that second quarter. So their offense has really gone cold. And I'm trying to determine if that's actually been Seaholm's defense doing that, or if they've just been a little clunky with the ball. They have gone into freeze mode, it appears.
We're about halfway through this third quarter, Andy, and both teams have 2 points.
Yeah, this is not the...
Not scoring. We're not setting any scoring records tonight.
No, 15 points at this stage is not going to break any records, at least for high score. I don't know what the low scoring record is.
(25-15), 4:15 left to go. Third quarter of play. Gray went down to the floor. He was looking for a foul call. He's not going to get it. Abbott goes the other way. Nice job not picking up that pivot foot. Gibson. No look pass. Back to Yelder.
Oh, there's a walk. That
flips
was a walk.
One up. Can't get it to fall. Now Simpson went up strong and got fouled.
I saw travel there, but no call. Now, Brad, I promise not to make any comments about kids walking in front of the table. I will not do that this year. It's everybody's court, obviously.
It is a very heavy traffic area, to say the least, in front of our broadcast spot.
We're sort
here.
of out here on an island, and there's tons and tons of activity in front and behind, in front and behind and back.
I can tell you one thing. If you're paying for a ticket tonight, you probably would pay top dollar to be sitting where we are sitting.
We got a great seat. We are
we
right
have
in the middle
one of the best seats in the entire house.
Right.
But we are also on the way to the concession stand.
That's true.
And we have a very large parade of people that constantly walk past us.
Including little children that don't look more than about 4 or 5 years old. It's we got grandparents and babies in the house tonight.
At times, we are flying blind. Without the aid of any instruments.
Without any instrumentation. It's like trying to land a 747 without an altimeter.
At times, it does feel that stressful.
But we're pros. We can do this.
Diskin tries to drive. Oh, he flips up a shot. No good. Williams comes down with it. Up ahead quickly. There's that speed that the Falcons played with in the first half. There's a travel.
Yeah, all day.
Yelder just kind of got caught up there and took too many steps.
It's a little frustrating, I'm sure, for Coach DeGeeter to continue to sort of keep Groves in check on the board, scoreboard, and yet not be able to answer with some of their own points. They've been languishing themselves offensively up to this point throughout the whole game, as we discussed, but they got to close because we're getting pretty far along in the third quarter already.
hanging, unable to hit.
Crows foul number 42, Josh Gibson. His second. Team second at the line for the base, number 25, Finley Sparby.
And Finley Sparby does a nice job here of sort of using his body to shield the defender from the ball and sort of lean into the basket. He missed the hoop. He got himself a couple of freebies, of which he has missed the first one, but he shouldn't feel bad. It's been a theme for both sides this evening. He's definitely not alone. And Coach West is going to call a timeout to regroup a little bit here.
Well, upcoming games for both of these teams. Groves is going to go on the road to take on Pontiac Notre Dame before returning back home to take on Rochester Adams. West Bloomfield and Ferndale coming up on the Grove schedule as well. As we mentioned, Grove's off to that 5-2 record. Got off to a 4-0 start with wins over Avondale, Redford, Thurston, Oxford, and Stony Creek before dropping games against Clarkston and Grosse Pointe South. Most recent game before the break was Walled Lake Central. As for Seaholm at 1-4 mark with losses to Southfield, Lake Orion, Troy, and Berkeley. Their lone win of the season was Walled Lake Western. It's going to be back-to-back road games for Seaholm coming up against Auburn Hills, Avondale, and Rochester Hills, Stony Creek.
And what was it Coach West said about Grosse Pointe South? They played very fast, right?
Yes.
That was as fast a team as they'd seen all year.
Well, we've been impressed by the Falcons' speed in this game, so if he thought they were faster than the Falcons, man.
Traveling Maple basketball.
We've had a lot of traveling calls,
We have,
haven't we?
yes. Grosse Pointe South must move a mile a minute.
Yeah. Groves is a quick team. They've come out of the box fast. They took the lead. They've not relinquished that lead yet, but Seaholm has found it tough sledding in here to catch up.
And turnover there for the Maples. Boy, oh boy, they're really starting to pile up, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, this is sort of a foul-wise, sort of mirroring the first half a little bit as far as Seaholm getting in trouble.
Well, up and under move there by Kramer, can't convert. Trailing teammate in the form of Abe Miller. The Maples pass it around the perimeter. Cross-court pass in the hands of Diskin. Eyes the three, wants the three, misses short. Out in transition now. Tushman goes up, lays it in.
Timeout, Seaholm.
Little 6-3 burst here to start this third quarter's up the lead to 13. Falcons lead it 29-16, minute 57 now left in the third.
Yeah, and Groves has played well. They have really quieted this big partisan crowd at Seaholm's basketball floor. They've sort of slowly pulling away now at this point. And Seaholm's been stuck. They had 15, seemed like forever. They got that free throw, but has not been able to do much more than that. Meantime, Groves just kind of keeps edging away a little further, a little further, a little further now with a minute 57 left to play in the third quarter. Coach DeGator decided, let's talk this over, see if we can't light some fires under you guys. And they've had the looks. They have not had a lot of shots drop. There's been several unforced errors. We've had a number of traveling calls tonight for both sides. And well, if I'm Coach West, I'm probably telling my guys, just keep doing what you're doing, fellas. We're where we need to be and keep them off the glass. So here we go. Let's see what happens.
No Maple over 3 points right now. Kelly, Sheldon, Miller all have 3. Good strong drive, just unable to finish at the rim was Diskin. Boy, this has to be the most frustrating game of the Maple season.
It has to be. I'm sure Mike is just, is pulling his hair out over there. They have not been able to finish. That was a good look. The defense was there, which threw him off, but we're not able to convert.
There's a clean block shot, and then a battle for it, and they'll say it'll stay with the Falcons. Up now they're going to change their minds, and then we'll say Seaholm basketball.
Replacing
And Kelly picked up his dribble. Now we're going to get an officials timeout. I don't believe maybe the clock didn't start. I don't know. Another turnover. Up ahead to Gibson. Gibson wisely slows things down, kicks it back out. Falcons will regather from there. It's Paige Williams. Brett Russell, the junior, logging some minutes now here in this third quarter. That is a 3, no good. John Simpson tracks down the loose ball. Tushman, one of the first players off the bench for head coach Mark West, has chipped in well. 9 points to the ball game for Tushman. Russell sets a screen, rolls out of it. 35 seconds remaining, third quarter. 3 on its way, good. Josh Gibson finally bangs one home.
Well, you give them enough of those, they're going to fall. And they've had some good looks, haven't had them all go, but that one found the bottom of the net.
Falcons have now doubled up the Maples, 32-16. Pass comes to the outside, intercepted. Paige Williams gonna take it himself. Oh, big collision and a charge.
Everybody went down hard there.
Coach Mark West does not agree with that charge call.
Team third.
This is a Falcon team that had a lot of success with Mark West in charge, a district championship back in 2016, an OAA Blue championship back in 2017.
Both these coaches are great. They're approachable, they're friendly, their players love playing for them.
And this will count if it goes. Sails wide, and that will do it. 3 quarters in the books. Falcons in front, 32-16. One final break here on BACB Sports. We'll take it, but when we come back, fourth quarter play.
If you love them enough to do this, surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Nearly set to go, fourth quarter of play. Seaholm Maples have really dug themselves a gigantic hole, trailing by 16 points. Nearly had a turnover there. Oh, terrific bounce pass, leading to an easy Finley Sparby lay-in. Maples getting outscored in that third quarter 9-3. Through the hands, no harm, no foul. Terrific drive to the bucket there by Elijah Yelder.
And that was just a power move, straight down the center of the lane and lifted it up and over the rim.
Hand off to Kelly. And DeGeter not liking what he's seen out of his offense.
Full timeout.
Gonna take a full 60-second timeout.
Yeah, Mike's talking with both hands over there. mouth agape at some of the results he's gotten here in the second half from his team. And it's not for lack of effort. They've played hard. There's been no question about that. They've had some misfortune, some steals, and they have not been able to convert. But on the other end of the floor, the Falcons have just basically played their game. Nothing spectacular, done what they're capable of doing, and as a result, they're pulling away.
Coach DeGator very animated in that huddle, and you just wonder, perhaps he was upset that his team didn't have a little more urgency getting into that half-court set.
I think that's possibly true. Yeah, they've. They look tentative, I think, to me a little bit, and that tentative play, you could say, is a result of the defense, the pressure that's been levied against them by the Falcons. So, they've got to break that somehow. Maybe a couple threes get them going. I mean, we've got some time. There's 7 minutes and change here left in the fourth quarter. But they got to hustle. 7:07
left to go now in regulation. Abe Miller with the basketball. Brody Tushman applying the defense. Nick Kelly tried to give and go. A little bit of a cut there. Boy, Falcons just have been really good defensively. A terrific tie up there by Brett Russell. 3-on-2, Russell.
And the other thing, Seaholm has not enjoyed much in the way of second chance opportunities. It's been one and done for them. If they don't make it, it's Groves is definitely enjoying a huge rebounding advantage.
Yeah, a lot of one and dones out of the Maples offensively. Able to regather to the dribble, Sparby. Brett Russell has come off the bench and really kind of given the Falcons a lift defensively. Kind of shutdown defender. Getting a lot of minutes here in the second half, and now we're going to get a tie-up jump ball. Max Kramer with the clean block shot. And what was a raucous crowd at the start of this basketball game has really settled in.
Yeah.
Everybody in the gymnasium, for the most part, is sat down.
Sedate. I would call it sedate all of a sudden. So much so that some have started to trickle for the exits, I noticed. Especially the students. They got other places to be, Brad. It's a Friday night,
Falcon lead up to 18. Oh, near takeaway there. And now a deflected pass and another turnover. Max Kramer out in transition, glides through the lane, misses short. Maples gonna have to find some instant offense. The three-pointer might be part of that plan, and might have had some contact there with the shooting hand. That's what Finley Sparby's wondering. He's going to stay with Seaholm.
Falcon faithful, reminding them they did not hit a rim there on that shot.
Falcons wholesale changes. We'll try to bring you all the subs. Max Young into the game. Gibson into the game. John Simpson back into the game. Brandon Brown, his first minutes. Where's 24 for Groves. There we go, right on cube. Juilliard knocking down the triple. And Coach DeGator will take a timeout.
Well, it's still a 15-point margin, but Rome wasn't built in a day, so let's see if this timeout on the heels of that momentum builder can do some good things for the Maples. They still have a long road to go.
Well, if you missed any portion of this basketball game, you can check us out online, Bloomfield Community Township, as well as the Birmingham Area Cable Board website. Also let our viewers know that Bloomfield Community Television now has its own YouTube page. Wave of the future, Andy. Are you a subscriber?
I will be now.
Yep, make sure you click on the subscribe button on the YouTube page, Bloomfield Community Television. Get email notification of when all of our programming is available to you online. Once again, Bloomfield Community Television on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot of content on that YouTube. You've ever noticed that?
Yes.
You ever go down the YouTube rabbit hole?
Oh, yeah.
Who hasn't?
Keep hitting up next, up next.
Yep.
You get that long list of programming on the right-hand side.
I like going to my son-in-law's house and playing my kind of music on his YouTube channel.
There you
so
go.
that when we leave,
So
he gets all
his
my
algorithms
music.
are all screwed up now?
Oh, it's a complete disaster. He's furious with me.
And Falcons got to get this ball in quickly. Maples applying a little bit of full court pressure out of the timeout. Gibson able to beat it. Little bit of a hesitation. Lost control of the dribble. Players hit the deck. Got ourselves a tie up. Possession arrow favors the Maples. Sean Emerson. Over to Jeffrey Sheldon. Sheldon right in front of his home bench to Geeter. Barks out the play call. Dribble handoff. Juilliard. Back to Sheldon. Bounce pass inside. Little step back. No good. Fadeaway jumper. And possession to Groves.
Tough going under there.
And some tough luck misses right now. 36-21, 4:32 left to go in the fourth. Yelder catches along the baseline. Quickly dribbles it over the half-court line. Oh, coast to coast. No good. Rebound by Thada. Thada into the game now. First minutes of this game for the senior. Some outside in-game. Thada with a jump hook.
I love it.
Takes it home.
I love the hook shot, Brad. We need to bring back the sky hook. Little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That was a turnaround jump hook, but I wonder why there's not more of that. I guess coaches are funny about not wanting their players to shoot with their back to the basket, but it's got some merit if you got a tall guy.
And all of a sudden, the Maples coming up with back-to-back stops. Lead down to 13, 36-23, 30-35 left to go in the fourth. Juilliard picks up the dribble, finds Thada again. They thought about the three. Oh, boy. Thada made the cut and wasn't ready for the basketball. Now getting back defensively with the steal. Emerson, but he couldn't save it.
Yeah. That was a nice play. You talk about closing speed. He came from nowhere. Break that play up.
That was an instance there where Thada cut, and I think he thought his man was going to take that jumper, don't you?
Maybe so.
Yeah, Falcons just going to bleed off some valuable seconds.
Yeah,
they're really in no big hurry to get up a shot.
Exactly, Brad. It's something they do not need a lot more points. They just need to sort of maintain possession, burn some clock, get another couple stops, and that should call it a day for them. 3 minutes and 2 seconds left.
Well, wasting
so
no time.
Burning the clock.
Yeah. So much for that idea, right? They're making us look a little silly.
I'm not the coach, obviously.
What,
I'm not the ref or the coach.
What do you think without a shot clock in the high school game?
Well, yeah.
Beautiful lay in there by Max Young. That lead seemingly been about 15 all second half, and there's another steal. Look out. Here we go. Gibson goes up. Little bit of a slam. Little bit of a slam.
He wanted to dunk it. He wanted to.
Yeah, he's raising the roof on that far side.
A little bit of rubbing it in for Josh Gibson, but they've earned it. And we're going to have a wholesale change on the Grove side now. It's pretty much over, but the shouting.
It wasn't a rim rocker.
No, not quite. Was it?
Did his hand hit rim?
Oh, yeah, I think it did. Yeah. Yeah, I believe he hit the rim, but, we anticipated the dunk. He went up. I think it was in his mind, but he did the right thing. He made the basket. You don't want to embarrass yourself by,
We've seen that plenty of times,
yes,
right?
we have. That's correct.
Raymond Pope, rather. There's a block shot. Up ahead quickly. Emerson. He's just going to lay it in. A little finger roll.
Yeah, I don't think there was
Emerson.
any illusions he was going to dunk. He knows his limitations. That's okay.
Got the reserves in there now for the Falcons, and these guys all logging minutes in this rivalry game. Every single one of those guys is going to want to chuck the basketball up.
They want their name on the scoring sheet, They probably, some of them may not see the floor very often, and they want to make good on their opportunity.
So it's Brandon Brown, Raymond Pope, Levi Gray, Max Young, and Miles Johns, the 5 on the floor right now for the Falcons. .124 left to go in the fourth. Thada can't get it to fall. Taps it back out. Max Young right there to gather. Young puts on the Jets. Over to Brown. A little 5-out action here for the Falcons. Pope skies, can't hit. Pope gets his own rebound and it's going to stay with the Falcons. Possession arrow favoring them. Max Young to trigger. And what do we got? 5-second violation?
I think he stepped over the line when he inbounded.
More line shuffling by Seaholm as they bring Corey Gray in. Jacob Juilliard going to walk it over the timeline, in between the circles. Dribble handoff to Scrofano.
And I think you got to give the hands team some credit on Groves tonight. They have disrupted many a pass.
Yeah, Maples continue to just run their offense here. They haven't deviated from their game plan. Yeah, it'll be a backcourt violation there against the Maples. Pass all the way deep into the backcourt, and going for the steal, coming up empty, Scrofano. Yeah, Falcons could potentially just run out the remaining portion of this clock, and a couple shot attempts there, and Raymond Pope will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Yep. Groves will improve to 6-2 on the record. And Maples will fall, Andy, to 1-5.
Yeah, Coach DeGeeter needs to find himself a win here just to improve the spirits of the team, keeps everybody a little more engaged in practice, and it's kind of a catch-22 because you never want to practice any harder than when you're on a losing streak, but sometimes it's tough to stay engaged.
A little pocket pass and.
Out of bounds and Falcons.
7 seconds left. And Falcons just continue to attack the basket.
Well, they got those reserves in there, and they want to make a good impression. They want to sort of up their minutes if they can, show the coach that they got game.
Hitting the top of the back. Great.
We haven't seen that yet tonight.
Big smile on his face.
Yeah, that's sort of the sheepish, embarrassed, oh boy, I did that. But, hey, give them all credit tonight.
Falcons come in on the road and capture this rivalry game. Final score. Falcons 40, the Seaholm Maples 25. Andy, your final thoughts here tonight?
Well, I think Groves came out fast. They didn't do much mid-game. They sort of went into an offensive lull, and during that time, Seaholm was still not really able to capitalize, and we'll credit Groves' defense for that. But in the end, the Falcons pulled away and doubled it up before it was over, and then some. So this gives them continued momentum, and in the meantime, Seaholm needs to go back to the drawing board.
Well, that'll do it for our coverage here on BACB Sports. For my broadcast partner, Andy Aubrey, our director tonight, Lee Solomon, and the rest of our hardworking BACB Sports crew, I'm Brad Fetter saying goodnight one final time. Once again, your final score, the Groves Falcons 40, the Seaholm Maples 25. Thank you so much for watching this BACB Sports production. We'll see you next time.